All right, so this is when we play our field show for the last time. This year was pretty epic in terms of what we went through. It was a pretty unique season for Oak Grove High School. We started, and I mean, if you were champs, you heard this, but a lot of them weren't. So we started band camp with 19 people. We wrote the show for, I think it was 30 or something like that. Or Mike wrote the show for 30. And then I said, well, the only way we're gonna do marching band is if we have 50 people, because we can't afford to do it if we don't have that many people. And we got up to 52. I was like, all right, pay the fees, pay the buses, we're going. And then the entire drum line quit, and we dropped down to 44. And so we had to rewrite it again. So Mike wrote like opener 3 times, and we retaught it 3 times, and it was very interesting. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of musicians that are in the audience that are not performing, and we have like 5 or 6 alums who were in the band who said, when did that become a thing? And I said, hey, I got to be a full-time teacher. I'm not going to tell them they have to do it. I think a lot of them are going to do it because they went and did football games, and they said, oh, you know what, this isn't as bad as I thought it was. I've talked to a number of them, like, yeah, which would be a good choice. And then we have another huge freshman class coming in, so it's going to be really good. But anyway, back to this year. So we got through the figuring out how many people we were going to have, how were we going to pay for it, and then we finished the actual 100% design of the show, taught the whole show. If you were at Family and Friends First, that was pretty weak. Yet we made it through, which was, we weren't sure we were going to be able to make it through. They worked very hard. They performed to the best of their ability, which is all I ever want. I don't want them to be better than they can. And then we went to the first show, and we got by far the lowest score that I've ever received. Apparently they got a 48 in 1978 at the first show of the year, but that was on the tick system, so they started with 100, and every mistake was a 10th of a point. They don't judge like that anymore. So anyway, we got a 59, lowest score by far that we've ever received. I wasn't worried about it. Like, there are 55% rookies in this marching band. People who've never done this before. And I include the one who went from drumline to guard, because Cameron never did guard. Cameron, where's Cameron? Okay, yeah. So, just the journey was amazing. And then, so we did 2 shows, and it didn't bother me where we placed it. What was encouraging was we got way better for the second show, regardless of whether the score said so. And we had 2 weeks off, which gave us really 3 weeks of rehearsal before the next competition. And that was when they just caught fire and started performing. We had Wayne Harris come in and work with them on performance, really work on our theatrics. We finished the show, we started filming the show, we got all the body in, and all the while, these rookies stopped looking like rookies. And they trusted that the staff knew what they were doing. They trusted that what I was going to ask them to do was going to be safe and worth doing. And then we went to the first show after the break, and we're like, whoa, that was pretty good. And then we went to the next show, and we're like, whoa, that was really good, and our score went down. And like I could have emailed and complained and blah blah blah, but my whole philosophy of this program is I don't care how we do competitively. I care how we do for us. So then, like, we still got a shot, blah blah blah. They put up the order for champs, and we were on 3rd from the end. There were 2 groups on after us, and then literally 2 minutes later they took it down and changed it, and now we're on 7th out of 13. Like, whatever, doesn't matter. But the great thing about where we finished, where we got to perform at champs, was nobody was on after us for quite a while. And so we got to go out of the stadium and have this amazing wrap up. I mean, one of my staff members, he's been with me since my third day here, he graduated from here. He's taught here every year since he graduated, except for one. Is that correct, Mike? 2? Okay. And he was moved to tears with that performance. And I've never seen Mike cry. I wasn't there for the birth of his twins, but I doubt he cried. He didn't cry. So, just the emotion and watching these young human beings grow so much, and these rookies who come into the school, they don't know anybody, and they take a chance, and they come to rehearsal day after day after day, and all Saturday, blah, 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 blah. We work really hard, we focus on it, no, do it again, no, do it again, no, do it this way. And they trusted it, and they kept doing it. And it is a perfect end to my pageantry career here, to have our show be as good as it was, and in fact, this was the first year that Oak Grove, Independence, and Santa Teresa had these finals. And none of us cared. We were all just happy we had a great show. So it was an amazing weekend. And then we went to the hotel, we hung out, we got up, took our time, we got home at 1. It was amazing, it was wonderful. So, couldn't be more proud of these students. They worked exceptionally hard. And we've run through this once since championships. And the 4 people who aren't in band haven't run it at all since we were at championships. So, the 4 people who aren't enrolled in the class. So, this is our final, one other really cool thing about the show, I know I'm talking a lot, but it's like 8:50. One really cool thing about this show was when I first started teaching, I had a job in Los Angeles, and I had a staff member who came to help with marching. I didn't know much about marching because I had only marched UCLA marching band, and that doesn't really count. College marching band doesn't count. By the way, if you go to college marching band, it's not this. Okay, it's pretty much mess around with it. But anyway, this guy said, "Hey, Mr. Moore, I want to show the band some videos of how we want to look when we march." And they showed a couple groups, and then this guy showed 1986 Vanguard closer, which was Great Gate of Kiev. And there's this one shot where the horn line's coming forward at like this tempo, and they do this flank to the left, and they could break concrete with the power that they put into that flank. And he showed my band in 1993 that clip, and I said, "Wow, that is an amazing closer. I'd love to do that someday." But it never fit into any of our shows. And then this summer, I wasn't really involved with the design and picking the music and making a march, whatever it was. And they picked a show that closed with Great Gate of Kiev, which is so strange to me that like my last field show would be, we ended with Great Gate of Kiev. It was just really, and I didn't pick it. It was really weird. Kind of serendipitous. Yeah, it's a full circle, right, Joe? Yes, sir. So, you know, a lot of our staff members who taught these people how to do everything, they're here enjoying the show. And we're going to play this one more time. I'm going to leave the lights on just because I want you to see the students in the front. Are you guys ready? You ready? Sound ready? Sound ready? All right.